Hello class, my name is Carlos Alvarado. This is MPA 545, week number 5, and we'll be talking about collective bargaining. Quick overview, we're going to talk about our public employee union. We're also going to talk about an academic peer-reviewed journal that talks about unions. Also, we will talk about Wisconsin Act 10 bill, and we will go ahead and close it off. The union that I picked is SEIU Local 721, and the reason I picked this union is because I actually belong to that since I work with the County of Los Angeles. Also, so SEIU's Local 721, they represent about 95,000 workers, and they are in the region of the Southern California, which makes them one of the largest unions in Southern California. The people they represent, the SEIU Local 721 represents, according to their website, represents people working in hospitals, foster care, mental health, courts, law enforcement, libraries, street services, beach maintenance, sanitation, water, treatment, park services, and watershed management. Looking at the financial statement from March 2018, before the hearing of Jonas versus AFCSCME, and to now, which March 2022, I looking at the dues, the dues are a little higher now, so there hasn't been a big difference based on the financial statement on the dues. Personally, I did see some co-workers that decided to opt out, but not many. When it was 2018, I do remember that, and so I don't think this impacted the union that much. The academic peer-reviewed journal that I picked was by Eric Berner and Andrew Ju. These two authors, they looked into to provide new evidence on how state collective bargaining laws affect public sector wages. And in their study, they looked into uh, employees in the public sector and the private sector in the same labor local labor market. And their tests, they did some testing, and their findings found that approximately 5 to 8% there was a better point percentage increase in pay for the public sector over the private sector. So their results find that the mandatory collective bargaining laws provide formal mechanisms through which the public sector um, are able to increase compensation. But this article was looking uh, into data that was from 2005 to 2015, even though it was written in 2019. So this also doesn't take in consideration from the previous slide from Jonas and versus the AC AFCCME. So um, that could also show, but how I saw it, and from my union, it didn't really have an effect on many, on at least in our union, in the union that I belong to. The article that I picked was by Patrick Marley from the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, and talking about the Wisconsin Act 10 bill. And one thing I take away from this article was how this act took a blow to unions, and workers had to take pay cuts due to having to pay more benefits. So also the this also made the union lose their ability to negotiate any other issue besides salary, and the salary would only be able to be maxed to it was capped out by inflation. So if inflation was only 2%, then they got a 2% raise. So that is one takeaway that I got from this journal article. That was the biggest one that I think is kind of not good for the workers from that work there. They had to take a pay cut. And one how I would relate this to the this week's material. Um, this week's chapter 6 all talked about California's bills that have passed and how the unions have been going through and fighting. And this Wisconsin Act 10 bill shows that with one bill passing, all that fighting that was done by previous union members could go away instantly. So it's kind of important to know what's going on and to just fight for your rights when you need to. I'd just like to say thank you for watching my presentation and have a great week.